Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. StrangeNet here. Now today we're going to be taking a little look at stuff that I've been up to over the past week or so. And I've liquidated quite a lot of ISK, made a big purchase, and I am getting ready to go on holiday for a week. So there's a lot of things that I've been trying to get into place ready for obviously taking a bit of a break, and that is manufacturing, getting other stuff and that in the cooker ready for the 7 days that I'm not here, which is a bit different to normal because under normal circumstances I like to utilise as many alts as possible generally and build things in a relatively short fashion. That way I can build it quickly and get it on the market at the price that it is, at the price that I'm hoping it will sell at, where obviously building it over a longer time period, a lot can change on the market, whether it's actual market changes, whether it's CCP dropping out new blogs, etc. So yeah, I like to as I say, do it a lot quicker under normal circumstances. So yeah, it's a bit of a change. So I had to liquidate all the Plex that I was holding in order to make the purchase that I wanted. So at the moment I am holding 0 Plex, currently back up to a healthy amount of ISK sitting in my wallet, and that purchase was a Tech 2 BPO, and that was the co-processor Tech 2. This is the second BPO Tech 2 that I now currently own, as the other one is what is going on here? The other one is the Nova Fury heavy missile. Here we go. So just getting the bits and bobs into place, ready to start cranking out 1,000 of these. And I paid 55 billion ISK for this, and the rate of return is somewhere in the region of 5 to 8 years. And again, the reason I'm slowly diversifying away from, or diversifying in general, is because a lot of the, I won't say a lot of the income, but a good amount of the passive income that I was making before was from researching Capital BPOs. Now, the sale of these for me has slowed down quite considerably, obviously after the industrial changes. So I'm starting to invest ISK elsewhere, because obviously that there's still ISK to be made there, and again I'll still do some capital research, but I'm struggling to sell them at the pace that I used to. So again, just a bit of management and moving away into different areas. So as I said, bought this for 55 billion ISK, and at present, let's have a look at how much. So it's costing, let's math this out, shall we? So 277, so that plus the installation cost, so it's costing 813,410. They're currently selling just under, so minus 98966, so 176,000 ISK is roughly what I'm making minus tax. So we'll knock another 15 off for tax, so 161,000. And at present, or not at present, in general I can make just under 6 an hour, so we'll say 5.5. So I'm making 885,000 ISK per unit, per hour, so just under 1 million ISK an hour. Over the course of 24 hours, that's 21 million ISK, 365 days is 7.7 billion ISK. 7 billion means at the moment, at the current price, buying everything straight off the market, the rate of return is 7.1 years. And again, often I do look at rate of returns for when I'm buying blueprints. I like them to return, obviously, or I like to know how long it's going to take me to get the ISK back. There are other BPOs that I could have bought, but I have had the co-processor in the past, so this one does hold a bit of a special place for me. So again, I wanted to get my hands on it, and in the past I have struggled, I would say, in regards to the rates of return, because obviously we're looking at 7 years there, and I've been here for a good while now, but still 7 years is kind of mind-boggling when you're thinking, it's like, well, will we even be here? That means, again, I've got to log on every 30 days and get this thing cooking. But There's also the possibility, I could sell the BPO in the future and try and recoup some of that cost, which obviously I'd hope would be the whole lot. So, there's a few options available. I don't intend to sell. I'm slowly acquiring these on the idea that I'm going to hold on to them pretty much indefinitely. I don't intend to sell them, and things have been relatively good for me since the industrial patch. I've made probably in excess of 60 odd billion ISK. So again, just trying to find places to put that ISK at the moment is a bit of a struggle. So buying obviously things that can give me a bit of a leg up and a bit of advantage in regards to manufacturing. I can build obviously the coprocessors. As you can see here, I've got obviously I invent them as well, or did invent them. And the cost for actually from the difference in ME isn't all that much at all. So, 753 versus, what was it? So literally, 10k in regards to that. But the thing that really starts to cost for the when doing it is obviously the data cores, and I think these take 0.4 data cores per building. That comes out about 120k depending on the price of the data cores. So that's where the profit comes from for me, and obviously the lack of hassle. I don't have to create copies and then be able to build. I can literally just put this in for however many days that I want, up to a maximum of 30. So in 30 days I could produce 3,798. So I intend to produce roughly, exactly 1,000, which will take me just over 7 days, just shy of 8 days. And again, this is building in the Tranquility Production Center. So, the best speed that we have. Obviously the index cost is pretty high here, but again, I'm better off cranking these out as quickly as possible and not really worrying too much about the cost. If we take another look, so if we were to build this out of an NPC station, it would take forever to come up. That's fantastic. Scrap that then, let's move on. So obviously while I'm on holiday, I do like to do a little bit of research on blueprints that aren't quite perfect, just to finish them off, especially if they're going to be short-ish duration. That's what I'm doing the integrity preservation seals at the moment. I'm just finishing them off to a TE20. See, I've got some in and I've got some waiting. I've got to log on some other characters and get these ones doing their thing. Now, I am toying with the idea of obviously building some more at the moment, and that is because at the moment the integrity seals are doing quite well. You can build them for 200k and they are selling 224 including installation cost, and they are selling still for 296. That has gone down or up slightly. I think that is down. Let's just check. Yeah. So it has gone down slightly from where it was, but again, that's still 75,000 ISK per 10 minutes. Just under, but yeah, 5 times 75,000. So about 400k an hour from the preservation seal. So again, a pretty decent amount of ISK from them. And selling there's quite a large volume selling still at the moment. So again, I'm still toying with the idea. I haven't got long before, again, I'm going to have to log off before we go. But yeah, I'm toying with the idea of putting you can see these are in the research center at the moment. I just haven't clicked research. So again, I've got to decide pretty swiftly what I'm going to do with these. I've also been selling off some of the stock that I've been holding, so anybody that's been following me for any decent amount of time knows that I have this little folder here, hold and sell, and it's stuff that I'm holding on to get rid of. And what I've been getting rid of recently is, drumroll, nanite repair paste. And that was, I've had 4.5 million units of this, and obviously that got me quite a substantial amount of ISK back, and that was because I was sitting down in the region of about 6 billion ISK, and I was feeling a little vulnerable at such a small amount of ISK, so I needed to start selling some stuff. And I've been sat on this for a good while, and we can see here I was hoping that the nanite paste and a lot of the PI stuff, or the outcomes from PI would increase, and yeah, they have slightly, but nothing considerably. And then it's down and up, and I just wanted to get rid of it. I've been holding it far too long. I've had, as I say, I think it was 4 billion ISKs there. I got rid of the wetware as well. Is it wetware? Can't remember what it's called, but there were other PI. No, that's the wetware. Oh, it was broadcast node, wasn't it? So I got rid of the broadcast nodes. Here we go. I'm not going mad. And they sold relatively swiftly to this one gentleman. Thank you very much. So that was another 4 billion ISK there. And again, been holding on to these for a good while, and they've not really done a great deal. Again, I think I probably bought them on this day, and probably paid roughly what I sold them for, I expect, again. So I didn't make any real ISK there, but again, it was tying up 4 billion ISK, so I want to get rid of them and move on. Fuller rides have been a bit disappointing. These are dropping, or have been dropping, slowly but surely. This obviously was the peak. I bought them at about 625. I bought them around here. So I've been holding these for a good while, as you can see, but yeah, the price has been tanking steadily, so I did miss my opportunity to sell these, so should have sold them much sooner. The ones I have put on the market have sold, but again, very disappointing and still sad. Now, this was my first real dive into reactions. I haven't really done much with reactions prior to building this, but yeah, I probably built these around here. We had a really good spike, and I just started building it before the spike. So I decided that I was going to build it. It was probably around here. It spiked. I got really excited, and by the time my stuff came out of production, it had already gone down, and it's kind of painful. And I'm not selling it here because it's too low at the moment. I'm hoping, obviously, it's going to go back up to what would be a more reasonable rate, but I'm still sat, and you can see here, even when you hover on it, the average 30, so yeah, it's about where it is at the moment, but I'm reluctant to sell it for that. I'm going to keep hold of that for a little bit longer. Obviously the Belgorns haven't really done as expected. Again, disappointing, slowly coming down. Robotics, again, another thing that hasn't done much for me. So a lot of my holds, my word, haven't done a great deal. I can't really see, this is as flat as a pond. So yeah, again, not really done a great deal. A bit disappointing. Probably going to get rid of them soon. But I do use robotics in manufacturing of T2 items, so probably going to keep hold of them. Got the guidance systems here, then I got 2.4 million ISKs worth. Again, dropped like a stone. So very disappointing in regards to this. I've probably lost probably in the region of probably about 5 billion ISK when I start adding it all together. The fuller rides, I did have 11 million of these, so again, I did sell a good portion of these a lot higher at about the 1,000 ISK mark, so I will come out on top with the fuller rides, which will probably, all in all, probably hopefully about break even. So been sitting on nigh on 40 billion ISKs worth, so decided to say start liquidating some of that to be able to use the ISK elsewhere, because this, again, this one's done quite well, but yeah, I've got 321 million ISKs worth, so the one that has spiked I've barely got anything of. And the Elite AI, again, this has been slowly going down. We may have reached the bottom and maybe starting to see a bit of a rise, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Again, I've been holding these for several months now, and the price has gone down, down, down. So yeah, that's what I've been up to recently. So I say, spending a lot of ISK, liquidating a lot of ISK to try and get back to having a pool of ISK, and yeah, just basically manufacturing at the moment. I'll do a video when I get back about how much ISK I've made, obviously with being away and the rest of it, and I'll probably do one on how and where I made a lot of the ISK from the industrial changes as well, if everybody's interested. But again, it's a bit, yeah, it kind of feels like blowing my own trumpet sometimes, but, that's what this channel is, I suppose, about, not blowing my own trumpet, but, again, trying to highlight where you can make ISK, and that it is, very possible to make ISK with lots of different ways in EVE. You don't have to do just one thing, and again, hopefully this showcases, or the channel showcases that in general. So with that, I'll stop rambling. Thanks for your time, thanks for listening, look after yourselves, and I look forward to speaking to you again. Laters.